As you're all aware, we are coming to the end of the term of the current government, and the next year will be an election year. An election year really is extremely a period where there is extreme litigation. There's a lot of litigation right from the moment where the party primaries are conducted, that is from the nominations all the way to after the elections. And so an advocate at this juncture ought to be extremely prepared. He needs to understand the procedure, both at the political parties tribunal, the tribunal that will be set up at IEBC to handle post-nomination disputes, and the entire process chain, because there is a chain. You start at one tribunal, you end up in another tribunal, you go to the High Court, and so you as an advocate, you need to understand that process so that you are able to guide your client. You need to be confident in terms of what are the processes are, so that you can transmit confidence to your client. You need to understand the current political environment and the stress and pressures that the client would come in. From previous election disputes, we have seen advocates spending close to 5 to 6 or 7 hours at a tribunal just waiting to be heard because of the sheer number of complaints that come in. And so it is a moment where, as an advocate, you need to be prepared psychologically, because it is a stage at which you are dealing with a highly emotional client who, for one reason or the other, feels extremely aggrieved about the political situation that he is facing. It is political party disputes are one that are very close to the heart of Kenyans. I think they are close to, in terms of interest, close to land cases. And so for any advocate who would be privileged to represent a client in an election dispute, be it at the party primaries or be it an election petition, would be facing a client who is highly anxious, who feels extremely aggrieved, and so you will be managing both the expectation and the legal work. And that requires that you have the skill set, you understand the pleadings, and you are able to bring out the case of the client in the best way possible, having a very good understanding of the law and the interpretation of the law from the various case laws. So for me, I think we would be urging the advocates to just prepare themselves to that area. In the next year, we will also be hosting a lot of training around managing political parties disputes. We are beginning with a colloquium on election laws and practices in Malindi from the 9th and 10th of December, and so we encourage advocates also to sign up for it, because we're going to bring an interesting colloquium that will have a diverse experts or advocates who are experts in handling different sectors of election disputes. And that is just the beginning of the conversation, because we foresee that as being the next big thing in terms of legal work for the next coming year.